Good evening, everyone. As I move the microphone away from my face. Thank you very much for coming tonight, and I would like to welcome you to the 8th annual Felician Athletics Hall of Fame. And tonight we are going to celebrate the accomplishments and achievements of 4 student athletes, 1 championship basketball team, and a visionary university president. As I was thinking about my remarks tonight, that word celebrate came back and resonated an awful lot. We have a lot to celebrate tonight. We have to celebrate being together in a room, being able to eat a meal with one another and just talk to one another. That's to be appreciated and to be celebrated. The other thing that we obviously have to be happy about and celebrate is this wonderful new facility. I am so proud that we are here tonight to have this awards ceremony in this new facility. I think it's wonderful that our alums come back, and the wow factor is just so great. The alums that I've talked to tonight are so excited to be back on campus. And our own student athletes and student body, when they walk around campus and walk into this building, it's so striking. And for that, it's such a lifetime achievement for all of us in the university and specifically in athletics. But the 4 individuals that we are celebrating tonight, the other thing that I was thinking about is, you have to know where you've been to appreciate where you're going. And tonight we really celebrate where we've been. These student athletes from yesteryear really represent the best of student athletes, and that whole word, student athletes, because every one of them tonight represented that in the most purest way possible. The 4 individual student athletes that are being inducted tonight, I saw Sierra when she walked in tonight, and Coach McGinnis is here, which is great. I coached softball here at Felician and before Felician, and I still don't think I've seen an individual hit a ball harder than Sierra hit a home run against Caldwell College in the first round of the conference tournament where we just smoked them 8-0. Honestly, that ball got out of the yard about as quick as anything I've ever seen. One of our other inductees tonight is arguably our most decorated student athlete. Sometimes at other institutions, the sport of cross country gets minimized or gets a little forgotten about. But not at Felician. 9 out of 12 years winning a conference championship. Felician cross country was a dynasty. Started by our first athletic director, Bob Simmons, and then, ably taken over by John Brennan, who is the newest inductee into the CACC Hall of Fame, I might add. But Rob Albano, one of our inductees tonight, 4-time all-conference runner, set numerous records. And again, arguably one of our most decorated, if not most decorated, student athlete. Our 2 baseball players that we're inducting tonight, Eric Michelli and Mickey Zidoni, a little bit of opposite ends of the spectrum. Eric, year 1, we were talking tonight about, again, where you've been. Well, I don't think anybody in this room could really understand and appreciate where we were year 1 as student athletes in an athletic program, being nomads, going from place to place, trying to find a place to play and practice. Eric was clearly one of the best recruits that Coach Ward had and brought into our program, a record setter and a team leader. And as I stopped talking about Eric as a team leader, that's where I would pick up when I talk about Mickey Zidoni. Mickey Zidoni was arguably one of the most important players in Coach Langen's regime. I think Mickey represents the player that takes Felician from here to here as a baseball program. There were many others, and there are his teammates that are here tonight that would maybe argue that point, but clearly, for me, I don't think there is not a more important baseball player than Mickey Zidoni, very deserving of being inducted tonight. And finally, well, not finally, but when we talk about our student athletes, you know, I've been very lucky to be able to broadcast the men's and women's basketball tournament for the CACC for the last 14 years. And I had my headset on calling the games in 2009 and 2010, and our men's basketball team, the game that they played against Philadelphia University in the semifinals is arguably one of the greatest games I've ever witnessed. Herm McGee is the all-time winningest coach in NCAA basketball history, 1, 2, and 3. Well, he's the coach of Philadelphia University. They run out to a big lead against us, 21-point lead at halftime. You know, seemingly up against it, we're going to be done, and we just frantically come back in the second half, play about as well as we can, send the game to overtime, and eventually win the game in overtime. Then the next day, here we go, we're going to play against Goldie Beacom in the finals. We run out to a big lead, huge lead, and you see them come back against us, frantically coming back, and we hold them off in the latter stages. And I'm on the mic, and I'm trying to keep my emotions in check as I'm announcing and getting to announce for the first time ACC champions men's basketball. One of the greatest thrills and feelings that I ever had, and I wasn't even coaching or playing the game. Those guys represent arguably one of the greatest teams that we've ever had at Felician. But now, the motto and that theme of knowing where you've been to realize where you're going, none of this, tonight, any of the student athletes, anything that we've done, none of this is possible without Sister Teresa. Sister Teresa, as a visionary, as someone who dreamed this program, if she were here in this room tonight, which she is, she would be smiling from ear to ear, knowing where we've been and where we are going. It's a testament to her. When we started athletics, 4 sports, maybe 60 student athletes, and here we are today, 14 intercollegiate athletes, 14 intercollegiate programs, almost 300 student athletes. It's such a great metamorphosis in our program, and very, very proud to be in front of you as the athletic director. Now, that's knowing where you've been, where we are going. I know where we are going. We're going somewhere very, very great. And when you know that you're going somewhere great, you have a very good leader at the helm. It is my privilege and pleasure to introduce the president of Felician University, James Crawford.